Welcome back, Motorheads. This is Project Truck Finds on Facebook Marketplace, and this week we take a trip through Tennessee. Up first, got a little 1984 Ford for $1,650. This one here's got a 306-cylinder, 3-speed on the column. Seller claims this little truck runs great, needs some help on the linkage. I'm sure it's probably hanging up in gear or something like that. But this here overall will be probably a great little running, driving, daily driver project. And it's all there, and the price is great, and that little 306 cylinder is going to run forever. Up next, a little 1966 Ford for $6,000. And this little pick 'em up truck here is rumored to have a 352 with a 4-speed in the floor, and it runs and drives great and got a pretty straight body. I will say this truck does have a great color and it's still got a lot of great paint on it. This might be another little daily driven project truck. Is $6,000 the right asking price on it? I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. Me, I don't think it's a bad looking truck. If it runs and drives as good as he says it does, it might be worth it. Next, got a little 1967 Chevrolet C10 for $6,000. This one here's got a little 256 cylinder in it. Says it's got rust in the cab corners, rockers, and the floor. Now, even though the 67 is one of my favorites, I think he's a little out of the ballpark on the price of this one here, being a long bed 6-cylinder and having quite a bit of rust. What do you guys think? Up next, got another 1966 Ford for $13,000. This one here's rumored to have a 351 with some sound good, go fast parts with a T5 transmission and a Crown Vic front end. Now, overall, this is a pretty good looking truck right here, and it's got a lot of modern updates to it. So I don't really think he's probably too far out of the ballpark on what he's asking for this truck. I would think I'd try to get a little bit cheaper, try to get a little bit of a deal on it. But I don't think you'd get hurt at even $13,000 if this truck runs and drives great and everything is done correctly underneath. This might be a hell of a buy for somebody. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Next, got one for you Dodge fans. Here's a 1964 Dodge for $4,500. Seller posted a link to a video here on YouTube showcasing the truck. Gonna go check that out. Does have a slant 6, says it runs and starts good. Overall, it does look to be a fairly complete and solid truck. If it runs and drives, man, that old slant 6, man, you really can't beat those things in those old Dodgers. Those things ran damn good. As long as you get them running good and keep maintenance on them, those things, they'll run forever, just like a 306 cylinder and an old 250 Chevrolet. Next, a little 1956 Chevrolet for $16,000. This is a big rear glass truck, and the seller says this is the most solid truck he's seen in a very long time. This is going to be one of them trucks that, what are you willing to pay for a truck like this? This is definitely a truck you need to go look at in person. You need to look at every nook and cranny on this truck, every pinch weld, look for anything out of place, out of sort, anything rotten, and really come to a good decision on what you're willing to spend for a truck like this. Up next, got a little 1949 Ford for $13,000. This one here, boys and girls, still has a flathead V8 in it. This one right here has been converted to a 12-volt. It has a new wiring harness. This used to be an old Kentucky Farm Bureau truck. Overall, the truck does look to be in pretty decent shape. Everything's there. Still has the signage on the door. I don't know. What do you guys think of this one right here? It's probably got some documentation and everything else for this truck. Are they right on the money? Or are they too high? What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Next, got a little 1990 Chevrolet K5 Blazer for $18,000. This little Blazer here is rumored to have a 383 stroker motor with a fresh built transmission. He said he does have the hard top to go with it, but he prefers the soft top. At first glance, this Blazer here really doesn't look to be too bad. I think $18,000, he's definitely reaching for it, because this truck is not without some body issues that I can see here in the pictures. Take a look at here. I zoomed in. You can see this right here. Buyer beware at 18 grand. Next, we have a 1972 Chevrolet C20 for $4,000. Not a whole lot of information on this one here, other than it's got a 350 with a 700 R4 transmission and has a clean title. Looking at the pictures, the truck does seem to be fairly solid, and I think this would be a good builder for somebody. Now, if this truck runs and drives good, this might be another little daily driven project. It might be a fairly decent price for somebody. Next, got a little 1979 GMC for $2,200. Claims still has the original 6-cylinder in it with a clean title. Does not currently run due to a fuel pump issue. Now, if you're looking for a budget-friendly little square body, this one here might be for you. Does got some dents, dings, and it definitely is a little crusty, but for the price, it may make a good project. Here we got a 1972 Datsun for $4,000. This one here is sitting on a 1989 Nissan. Got the 4-cylinder from the Nissan as well. Overall, this little Datsun is actually not too bad a shape. You don't see them very often. This one here is probably got the right amount of crust on it for all the people who like the patina and something different. Because like I said, you don't come across these very often. It does appear to be fairly solid from the pictures here. The interior looks like they're trying to take care of it. This might be a nice little conversation piece, daily driver project for somebody. What do you guys think? Yeah, I know, I just said we don't hardly find a Datsun, but here's a 77 for $7,000. This one here was a fat boy friendly version here, with it being the king cab, so you can get a little 2 more inches of belly room between that and the steering wheel. So it runs and drives great. Everything works as it should except for the radio. The body doesn't look to be too bad. It looks to be fairly straight. I mean, if you're into the Datsuns, this might be one for you. I just damn sure don't see $7,000 on this old Datsun. I'm sorry, guys. Next, got a 1978 GMC for $1,500. This one here's got 350 in it with a 4-barrel, so it runs from a jug. So that means probably needs a fuel tank, fuel lines, the works. But this here is another little budget-friendly little square body. It is a short bed. So $1,500. This one here, for somebody who's really on a small budget, they really want a little square body, this one here might be one for you. I've definitely seen these things go for a lot higher price and a lot worse condition. Next, got a little 1987 Chevrolet C10 for $5,000. This little C10 is rumored to have a 355 in it, 350 turbo transmission, needs a little bit of carburetor work. The truck doesn't look to be in too bad a shape. It does have shaved door handles. Hopefully they put some good poppers in it. $5,000 with the crazy market that's going on these old square bodies right now. That's probably not too bad a price for something that's got some work already done. Next, got a 1979 Chevrolet K5 Blazer for $3,500. Seller claims this one here runs good. It is a project vehicle, $3,500 cash, not a penny less. Don't waste your time. Well, dang, if you're going to be that demanding about the $3,500, you probably could at least told us a little bit more about what we're looking at here, so that way we had a good educated guess if we wanted to waste your time or not. However, looking at the pictures, this old truck doesn't look to be in too bad a shape. The truck definitely has rust in it. You can see it from some of the pictures here. Interior needs work, but yeah, $3,500 a hell of a lot better than $18,000. Next, we got a little 1965 Chevrolet C10 for $13,000. This little C10 here is rumored to have a 383 stroker motor built with good parts, not the right one, the good ones. This one here also has a good 350 turbo training with a 2800 stall. It's got vintage air and heat. Not gonna lie, honestly, I think this is probably one of my favorite trucks on the list today. I like the way they've done it. This truck's in pretty good shape. I don't think $13,000, if you got a little bit higher budget, and you don't want to spend time and energy on something, you want something you go cruising around with, that might be pretty comfortable without spending a fortune. I don't think this one's too far out of budget. I don't think this one's too far out of the asking price. What do you guys think? Next, we'll go 1965 Ford Cousin Eddie edition if he'd have hit the lotto for $10,500. I say this one here has a 390 in it. Last time it ran was 4 years ago. And also, this one here's got some ties to famous people. Grandpa Jones from Hee Haw supposedly used this thing here for a while. What do you guys think? I think the damn thing's pretty cool. I think if you get it for the right price and you like old campers, old retro trucks and campers together, I think this one here might be one to bring back to life, get her back on the road, take her to shows, or just hell, go out and enjoy camping. Go full nomad, just go wild, travel country. Next, 1956 Chevrolet for $55,000. Now this one here is the done version of the one we were discussing earlier in the video. Only difference, this one here is not a big back window truck. Now, there's no denying this is a beautifully done truck. This guy's probably got $100,000+ into the restoration on this truck. You're getting a lot of truck for $55,000. Now, like I said, with the other one, what the guy was asking, I'm not so sure I'd want to pay that for it, because I know how out of hand you can get when you go to restore something like this. But these trucks do command a lot of high dollar prices anymore. They're beautiful trucks, and if you really like them, it really boils down to how much you're willing to spend on a truck like this. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Well, that's all I got for you today. If you liked today's video, smash that like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.